Welcome to the Podiatry Profits Podcast, where you will discover how to get more patients and multiply the profits of your practice with minimally invasive foot surgery, proven marketing systems, and ethical influencing to your patients. And now, your host, board-certified podiatrist, best-selling author, speaker, and founder of TJ On Coaching and Consulting, Dr. TJ On.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. TJ On. Well, Happy New Year 2021. We are still in the midst of uncertainty in politics and economics and global pandemics and all those remnants of 2020. But what can we do, right? We move forward. If you're new to my podcast, welcome. This is Podiatry Profits Podcast. And if you're back, again, welcome back. So in this episode, I want to talk about how we can set goals in 2021. I'm sure a lot of you setting up New Year resolution, bunch of big goals, However, we are all victims of not finishing through, right? Not completing them. Humans are naturally procrastinators, inclined to be a procrastinators because of our mind, I don't want to kind of deviate too much, but because we are thinker, and sometimes that thinking process is harmful, creating a lot of excuses, the reasons not to do certain things that we said we would, right? So that's basically definition of procrastinating. Oh, by the way, if you like my podcast, please leave me a comment and like button, subscribe button. That helps me a lot, so I can get feedback and improve this podcast. Okay, back to the subject. So how can we not procrastinate and getting things done? Well, ideas are good, right? I meet a lot of doctors, through my conference, podcast, webinar. They all have great ideas, but it stays as ideas. Why? Because there is no follow through. There is no implementation. There is no execution. So without execution, goals just become dreams and ideas, and it doesn't become tangible, realistic, practical accomplishment. So goals need to be implemented, okay? In order to do that, you need to separate goals from ideas. I recommend a book. This is a bestseller book, The One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. This is a very well-known book. I'm sure you probably already have read this book. But if this is stuck in your bookshelf, please pull it out. The One Thing. This kind of woke me up. It gave me a clear picture of how small thing can build up to a big accomplishment. Where am I going with this? Your goal, first you have an idea and you have a big goal, but big goal is very difficult to visualize with the vivid imagination, right? In order to manifest your ideas to a tangible result, you need to break them down to a smaller goals. I want you to pull out paper. There's something about writing on paper instead of using digital or typing. Use the notepad, journal. Start writing down what do you want to achieve in 2021. Could it be your revenue? Could it be your personal goal? Could it be your side investment goal? Write them down without worrying about formats. Just kind of brain dump your ideas. Okay? Then pick just the one big idea. Then you need to continue to develop smaller goals. So let's say your annual goal is let's say you want to make a 7-figure in 2021. Can you do it? Of course. But how are you going to do it? Well, in order for you to make 7-figure this year, what can you do quarterly? What can you do first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter to reach 7-figure revenue? And then you need to break down even further, what are your monthly goals? Then what are your weekly goals? Then what are your daily tasks? Does that make sense? So you have a big goal, then you need to reverse engineer to get down to smaller segments. Small, and even if it looks a little accomplishment, that will build up to accomplish your big goals. Did you do that? Start thinking about your big idea and then how you can break them down to smaller segments and shorter term. So it's more realistic to you. Entrepreneurship is execution of strategies and tactics, almost violently execute and implement instead of indecisive inaction. That's where the results will come in. It could be wrong, it could be trial and error and mistakes, but I would say still better than not doing it. Because you can learn from your mistakes and you can improve. Again, so going back to subject, 5 qualities of good goal. It's a SMART. It's very well known. S-M-A-R-T. S stands for specific. M stands for measurable. A stands for attainable or achievable. R, relevant. And T is time bound. I just discussed about this in our monthly mastermind last night. We tend to forget about this simple principle. So for example, I want to lose weight in 2021. That doesn't apply to these 5 principles. It's going to be very, very hard to achieve this goal. What about applying these principles? How can you make it specific? I'm going to lose 15 pounds in 2021. It's better now, right? It's better than just saying I'm going to lose weight because it's measurable, 15 pounds. Now, specific, how are you going to lose it? I'm going to gym 3 times a week to lose 15 pounds this year. Now it's better, right? I'm going to the gym Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, every week for next 90 days and work on cardio and endurance for 1 hour to lose 15 pounds. Now, is it much more specific, much more measurable? In 90 days, it's a time bound, that T, right? That's what I'm talking about. The goal should be this way. And it has to be attainable. You cannot make unrealistic goal. I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. It's kind of unrealistic, right? It might be doable, but I don't want to risk your health, you know? So it has to be achievable and it has to be relevant. It has to make sense to your personal life or business life, how it can improve your current business, current personal life. So it has to be relevant. Does that make sense, guys? If you can apply whenever you have a goal, trying to make your goal into this SMART principle: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So I bet you already pull your paper and start writing the brain dumping of your ideas that you want to achieve this year, 2021, or your annual kind of somewhat vague goal. See how you can shorten or breaking down to segments, basically reverse engineer to achieve your big goal in 2021. What are your smallest goals? And pick and choose just 2 goals in next week. So in order to achieve that 2 goals in next week, what can you do daily? Writing those down, it doesn't have to follow some kind of format. You just write those down and then apply that 5 principles I just mentioned here, SMART. Then it'll be more realistic and practical goals that you can execute. Again, without execution, your goals are not really goals. That's just dreams and ideas. Ideas doesn't mean anything unless you actually implement them. So hopefully this has been a very practical suggestion and advice for you starting out strong in 2021. And send me an email, or leave me a comment below. My email address is tjon@drtjon.com. All the detailed information below. Write down your goals. Just kind of claim your goals and see if you can execute them next week. Because every big success starts with those small accomplishments of little goals. It doesn't matter, even if it's the smallest goal, if you achieve them, if you implement them, if you execute them, it will bring the results. That'll bring huge, explosive, exponential growth and effect and results, 10x, 20x your results. But all those success starts with small increments, small accomplishment of your little goals. There's no such a thing as little goals, right? It's just that what I say little is that time frame, or you chunk them down, right? Break them down, chunk them down, segmentize, so that it's achievable. The key here is execution and implementation. Well, hopefully this episode helps you motivate setting up your goal and execute them. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. I just launched the new texting community. Stay tuned for the message, and I'll see you at the next episode. Hey everyone, this is Dr. TJ An. I just opened up a texting community for medical professionals like you, which means you can text your questions. Right now, I'm spending anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes every single day through these text messages, answering questions directly to people in my community. So it's really quick and simple. I want you to stop everything you're doing right now and pull your phone out and actually text me a message. The phone number you text is 312-847-3180. Once again, it's 312-847-3180. When you text me, just type hello, and what's going to happen is that you'll get a reply from me right away to add me to your phone contacts, and I add you to my phone, then we can start having conversations. On top of that, through this texting community, I give you free resources, free copy of my book, and any exciting upcoming events, live or virtual, and a whole lot more. Also, I send you some of my favorite quotes, medical business frameworks, strategies, and tactics you get for free only through my texting platform. So what you need to do right now is to pull out your phone and text me hello at area code 312-847-3180. One more time is 312-847-3180. I am so looking forward to hearing from you right now.
You've been listening to the Podiatry Profits Podcast with Dr. TJ An. To find out more about Dr. TJ An or discover how you can grow your podiatry practice, visit drtjan.com. Or you can also get a free copy of Dr. An's best-selling book, Opt Out: How to Take Back Financial Control of Your Private Clinical Practice Without the Hassle of Insurance Companies. Just go to optoutbook.com.